So you want to learn everything about FIFA 23 Ultimate Team, and I'm here to help. We have the pitch notes right here, which I'll also provide a link in the description down below if you guys want to see it for yourself, which include new heroes, new customization, and a chemistry system that apparently no one understands. We'll make this video as quick and efficient as possible so that way you guys know exactly what's going on going into FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. And as of right now, it is August 11th, so keep in mind there will be new stuff released in the future. So to be as efficient as possible, let's get rid of all the noise and unimportant things as of right now, such as the World Cup mode. That's not to say the World Cup mode's not important, it's just because they have not released anything and only will do that in the next couple of months. So the World Cup is there. That's what we know. There's more customization for your foot stadium, such as new tiers, new roof design, blah, 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 blah. It'll be cool for the first month or two, but beyond that, everyone will settle into their own stadiums, what they like and dislike, so it's not really going to change much beyond that. However, you can have animal noises for your post-goal sound effects. So if I can have a rat squeak sound effect that plays after I score a goal against a rat themselves, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty big W. There's more things to do with co-op, especially now that crossplay is a thing in Ultimate Team. However, crossplay is not in Pro Club, so still a little bit of an L there. And the transfer market will now be shared between all of the platforms besides PC and Nintendo Switch, which again, still a little bit of an L for those two platforms. Let's move on to the two important things, FUT Moments and the new chemistry system. FUT Moments is essentially a slightly better squad battles. You're still playing offline, you're still playing against a computer 1v1. However, as they say, it's providing a shorter match experience than our other game modes. That'll be nice because the worst thing about squad battles is the fact that you have to play 6-minute halves, which again, no one literally wants to do. These FUT moments will be set in game, such as the rise of Mbappe, which they gave an example. There's going to be chapters for each story. They also mentioned dynamic FUT moments, such as recreating a finesse goal that Son scored earlier in the week. Completing these moments gives you FUT stars, which is a new currency in Ultimate Team. Completing these moments at a certain difficulty gives you a certain amount of stars, which then you can use for certain rewards. You can also stock up on those stars for Team of the Year, Team of the Season, or you can spend them as you go. It's nice because these moments will just take a couple minutes, but remains to be seen how good the rewards actually are and if they're worth your time. I only see this being used for the first month or two, and also if there's a massive promo like FUT Birthday, Winter Wildcards, Team of the Year, or Team of the Season. Finally, moving on to the new chemistry system, which no one seems to know about, including Danny Aarons and the thousands of people who liked his tweet. Now, I won't lie, the chemistry right now is a little bit confusing, so we're gonna go pretty deep into this one. First things first, let's notice that there's no links on this field, meaning that they don't have to be on the same side or having a physical link to actually influence each other. For example here, if I wanted this Ribery on chem, I would have to switch this Cordoba to go play at left back in order for that Ribery to be on at least a little bit of chemistry. But now players can influence each other's chemistry by just being in the same team or being in the same league. For example, Trent and Robertson, they play left and right back. They're never going to be touching each other for the links in FIFA 22 or before. But now they can influence each other because they play for the same team and in the same league. And that brings us nicely into the next thing. There is no longer a full squad chemistry, just individual player chemistry. And that personal chemistry is a little hard to explain, so let's go into the other stuff first that's a little bit easier, and then we'll finish with that. There is no longer a negative impact towards attributes, meaning someone like this Ribery card, who's clearly off chem in this situation, is going to have negative side effects. That no longer is a thing. Now, because there's no negative side effects, that means you could actually just put like a second inform Romanian striker in at striker in a full Prem team without any negative side effects, which in my opinion is actually really nice. Now, you still have players that have their preferred position, such as Mbappe, who's able to play striker. That's his position, that's where he's best at, that's where he can get that chemistry. However, they also have alternate positions. So Mbappe, he has played on the left before, he's played center forward before, he can play in all of these positions and still get that 3-point chemistry system. Now, you can put a player in a completely different position with no negative side effects, such as a left back playing right wing. And while there's no negative side effect to the attribute, that also means that there's not going to be any positive boost for their chemistry. Speaking of positions, let's talk about position changes now. We also know João Cancelo, for example, can play left back or right back. So if you want to change his position, there is now one single position modifier, so then you can change it to that certain position. Now, there will be default alternative positions. So for example, a right wing back can play right back and vice versa. But as you can see on this list, there's no center attacking mid that can play center mid or vice versa either. However, if you get a player that is a center attacking mid who can also play center mid, you can change that position if you want to. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, where the hell were we? Two quick things before we get into the confusing 3-point chem system. One is chemistry styles. We talked about how there's a 3-point chem system where there's the 0, where there's just their base attributes playing someone in a normal position. And then you have 1, 2, and 3 chemistry, which is going to affect the chemistry boost. We don't know how big the chemistry boost is going to be. All we know is that 1, 2, and 3 chem is going to be different boosts, meaning 1 chem is going to be a small boost, 2 chem is going to be a medium boost, and 3 chem is going to be a full boost. And the other thing is going to be SBCs. Now, because there's no squad squad chemistry to get to. For example, right now certain SBCs require 84 overall and 70 chem, or maybe 86 overall and 60 chem. Now it's going to require certain players get to a certain amount of chemistry, or that all the players combined get to a certain amount. There's 11 players on the field. Each player can get 3 chemistry points, meaning there's 33 total chemistry points. Quick math, stay in school. But it also might require a total of 20 individual chemistry because, again, it is out of 33. This could be easy, this could be hard. We don't really know. We just have to see what the SBCs are going to be like. Now we have the hard part, building individual player chemistry. We've mentioned there's no negative boost. However, some players are still going to want that positive boost that comes with chem styles and having someone play in a certain position. That's where this individual chemistry comes in. There's 3 individual points that you want to look at. Playing someone in their preferred position is not going to give you chemistry, but it'll allow you to get chemistry. This is a weird system. From there, you can increase that player's chemistry by getting players from their same club, country, or league. That one is pretty similar to what we have now. Just by having players in the same league, in the same team, such for example Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, they will get chemistry help because even though they're on opposite sides of the field, they play for the same team and they are in the exact same league. And as we mentioned before, there's 3 chemistry points that someone can get. So how do you get to those 1, 2, and 3 chemistry points? You are going to need a certain amount of players from the same team, league, or country in order to get the full 3 chem points. So for example, Trent and Robertson, they both play for Liverpool. That means they are going to get 1 chemistry boost. If you were to get an additional 3 players from Liverpool, meaning 5 total Liverpool players, that means all of those Liverpool players will get at least 2 chemistry points. Now you can get these boosts by playing in the same league in the same country as well. However, it will take an additional player to get those added chemistry boosts. Now there's this website called FUTGG, which I will put in the description down below. This website allows you to tinker with the new chemistry system using players from FIFA 22. So for example here, I put in 3 players from the French league. All of them, because they got those links, I now have 1 additional chemistry boost. Now you also have to remember the player's position and also the default alternatives, because Paqueta, even though he's a center attacking mid, he can't play center mid. Paqueta does not have any alternate position. He only plays center attacking mid. That means you have to know the default alternative positions for the preferred position as well as the player's actual alternative positions. Again, we'll go back to the João Cancelo example. Right here, he is a right back. That's just his natural position. He plays at a right back. He already has a default alternative position. The right back can also play right wing back, but then he himself can also go play left back. He has that position modifier as his card. So again, going back to this midfield, there are no default alternative positions, meaning Fofana cannot play center attacking mid and Paqueta cannot play center mid, at least in this example. So a couple things to note of this. Early on, when you really want that boost, there's probably going to be a lot of 1 nation, 1 league teams, because that way everyone can get that additional chemistry boost. But as we've seen from the past couple of years, we've also known that players can get insane boosts pretty early on. And I'm assuming those players probably don't really need any additional help for chemistry, and because that there are no negative boosts whatsoever, you can go ahead and play them to their default base cards in that position, and then you should be good to go. So once we get more and more overpowered cards, I'm assuming we're going to get things like this, where yes, you have these League 1 players in here, but then you have this random player from an off league who, even though he doesn't have chemistry, will still play to their base cards and will still be absolutely cracked out. I really suggest playing along with this because some of the things for their chemistry can stack. So for example, Marquinhos here is actually on his 3 full chem. So even though we have players from different leagues, different nations, that Marquinhos is still completely on chem, and we haven't even filled the entire squad yet either. And again, just play around with it. See what kind of crazy stuff you can cook up, because honestly, I'm personally excited for it. So to wrap things up, World Cup, we don't really know a lot about. Customization, meh. Foot moments will probably be good for at least a month or 2, and then it's definitely going to be dead. And then crossplay, it's whatever. New chemistry system looks good. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I also have my Twitter in the description if you want to hit me up there. Either way works for me. But like I said, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.